Hello guys, welcome to the stream. A little bit different this week. It's going to be me, Alejandro, and Griffin.
What's up, guys?
Doing a new arrival stream for some recent brands that we got in from Sandberg basses.
Oopegg guitars.
Oopegg guitars. And a little treat at the end if you stick around. A couple of things behind us here that aren't either one of those.
Yes, a couple sibling instruments, if you will. Little matched pair.
Twins, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what I've got here is a Sandberg bass. Sandberg is made in Germany. Braunschweiger?
Yes.
Germany?
Braunschweig, yeah.
Braunschweig.
Yeah, I thought I was sending the invoice to a piece of lunch meat when we paid them a couple weeks ago. But no, it's actually the place. We're pretty much over the moon with these guitars. I kept hearing Sandberg, and I'm very familiar with the brand Sandberg. Huge fan of them. They're out of Sweden. These guys are out of Germany. Don't get them mixed up. They're awesome. These guys make incredible stuff. The one Hondro's got right now, if I hadn't bought a 4-string bass in early last year, that one would be, you guys wouldn't even have a chance to get it. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. Just nails that PJ feel completely.
Yeah, this is the California VT. And this is sort of like a P-bass type of body, I guess you could say. It feels a little bit smaller all around than a P-bass kind of does. And
very sleek.
Yeah, very sleek. We've got an all alder body with the hardcore aging going on there. In the
you can see it on the pick guard too. Like they did the aging around the pickups and around the knobs to like simulate someone actually turning the knobs and playing over the pickups. It looks very authentic. Like it looks like they put some thought into it. Didn't just shoot some quarters out of a potato gun at it or something.
Yeah, I was actually watching a video about the guys that do some of the relicking there. I think they have 4 guys that just work on relicking these instruments. And they do offer, of course, the gloss or the relic and different strengths of relicking. But cool to see a little bit more attention to detail on the relicking than I'll say some other brands that I won't mention. But really nice feel to them. This has got sort of like the jazz and the P-bass style pickups on them. These are from Delano. Their J pickup and their P pickup. You'll notice they've got some really, really large poles on them, and I really like that a ton because it's just meaty. These ones offer a active and passive situation here, so what we're listening to right now is the active and the passive.
And it's their proprietary preamp and 2-band EQ.
Yes, yeah. 2-band EQ. We've got a master volume with the active-passive switch on it, and then a blend between the 2 pickups with a little divot in the middle, and the treble and bass response. Really like that. And we've got their own Sandberg bridge, which is pretty cool.
Their hardware is awesome. That's one of the first things I noticed.
Yeah, the aged nickel hardware, with a lot of screws on it for a lot of adjustments. I believe you can actually change the string spacing at the bridge a little tighter or a little wider if you prefer this or that. So very cool to see that. We've also got the 0 fret on all of these basses, which I really enjoy. Having some extra stability in the sort of just the setup area, feels nice and low action, but still can get around it very easily.
Really robust string tree too. I actually haven't noticed that.
String tree.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Let's zoom in on the string tree. Oh yeah, that's cool. Let's take a listen to this P pickup here. And then the J pickup. And I'm in the active mode right now. We can hit them both together, which I'm a big fan of blending both, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I like the blend too. It's got the more of your finger sound in it, but not too much. It still has like the low end thump that you want.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can get with the EQ based on how hard you pluck or anything. You can dial it in however you want.
Very versatile. Yeah, I'm really impressed with how versatile the bass feels. And as we get into the other ones as well, even with the different pickup configurations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like this Buckeye Bro one. Matt was messing with it earlier, and the sweep on that EQ is insane. It's all over the place.
Oh yeah. And what do you got there?
I have an Oopegg Trailbreaker Mark 1. This, we have about 5 of these, 5 different colors. This is the only model that Oopegg is making right now, but with various color options, various finish options, pickguard options, pickup options, possibly different ones. All of ours are the same as far as nuts and bolts and overall construction of it, just different vibes and feels. These guitars are basically kind of, they're out of Japan. They're hearkening back to the style and vibe of like the Tesco's and the Japanese, like kind of not Sears guitars, but like those
Catalog
like
guitars.
catalog Japanese guitars from the late 60s and 70s that you see at your local music store. You absolutely just love the way they look, but then you pick it up and try to play it, and it doesn't intonate. It doesn't, it doesn't function in the way you want a guitar to function. Oopegg basically came out and was like, what if we made those guitars but good, and made them so that they stay in tune, stay intonated, that they sound good out of the box, that they have good hardware, that they're customizable, that they have tons of options, and they pretty much nailed it. Like, these guitars scratch the itch of those weird Japanese guitars from that era, but they're a lot more reliable. I took one of these home, did a demo for it that we should probably have coming out in a couple weeks here, but you'll see this thing can do all different types of tone, all different types of I haven't experimented with tuning all that much, but I could imagine you could mess with it to do different type of stuff. They are Gibson scale length, so 24 3/4, so it's a little slinkier than your average thing. So I guess that's kind of trying to go for like a Jaguar little inspiration there. But yeah, when you feel this guitar, you feel the DNA of a million different guitars, and it's actually very cool. It's very unique. Definitely, if you have a chance to play one of these, if you're local to us, let us know. We'd love to get you in. So here's a bit of a clean. So they've got kind of a seems unique, but it's pretty typical when you get down to it. They've got an HSS, or HSS, sorry. The neck looks like a humbucker, but it's actually a single coil. And then they have this other 3-way switch down here that basically implements your middle pickup in it, kind of like how some of the American elite stuff that Fender does with their neck pickup, but oriented with the middle pickup. So when it's all the way down right here, you've got your middle pickup is just bypassed. Then when you have it in the middle, it's always mixed with the pickup that you have. And then when you have it up, it's only using the middle pickup. So just, let's get some regular old neck pickup, clean stuff. Very playable guitars. I'd say if you're into big meaty necks, or if you're into super slim necks, it's not going to be that. It's very middle of the road as far as shape, feel, width. So it's not going to be a deal breaker for anybody, I would say. It's very, very similar to I'd say like a mid 2000s Strat. They're 5-piece maple walnut necks. Oh, I always do the wrong camera. with a very interesting neck joint right here. Kind of reminds me a little bit of what Tom Anderson does, but just a little bit of a different flair. Just very, very creative, little detail stuff. Also, they've got a unique bridge. This is a Descendant vibrato made by Swope Guitars, and it's a take on that JM style thing. He has a pretty cool description on it on his website. But it's got these different string slots for easier string adjustment. It's got an adjustable break angle of how the strings hit the fretboard. So if you like it more a certain way, you can adjust that to make it, more like a Jazzmaster, more like a Jaguar, or to kind of compensate for that less scale length. You could maybe bring it down a little bit more, get a little more tension out of it. I don't know if it'll do that much for you. But and then you also can adjust the amount of tension on this bar, which, as somebody who does not use these tremolos a lot, but really likes like the Godot 510 or like modern vintage style tremolos, being able to lock it down so that it doesn't droop is huge for me, because I like to, hit a chord and then have it right there. I don't want to reach all the way down here. I like having it right there. And what I like about this trem is it's like the amount of motion you put into it versus how little vibrato you get is very cool. Like, I know that you wouldn't want to be like, I love how little vibrato I get out of it. That doesn't sound like something you would want, but it's unique compared to something like a Floyd Rose or a Godot 510, to where if you move those things at all, your pitch is wildly varied. Whereas like this, like it's almost like having like a slight phase or like a flange, not quite flange, but it's definitely more textural than it is melodic. Like, it doesn't bend your pitch so much that it's really good for chords and swells and stuff like that. So it's a rhythm player's dream tremolo, or somebody with a huge pedal board. Like I'd love to see you space out in front of this thing.
Yeah, throw on like 3 delays.
Yeah. Only got 1 delay on right now. But they take overdrive great too. Like, here's just, bridge humbucker, overdrive. Like, looking at this guitar, you would not expect it to do arena rock chugs, but it absolutely does, Yeah, the pickups are incredibly balanced, I would say, across the board. If you're a hard picker like I am, the bridge will take a little bit of adjustment too. As you can see, I'm kind of digging a little bit, and it gives this metallic sound to it that I'm having a little bit of trouble taming, but that's on me. That's not on the guitar. That's 100% these big meaty claws, as Mr. Krabs would say.
The claws, dude.
The big meaty claws.
Yep. Throw some 14s on that. No,
yeah, exactly.
We have got a couple comments from chat.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
please let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah, we do have Matt driving behind the scenes. We don't have a camera on him today, but I think he can bring up his own camera. It's not really a camera, but
yeah,
close
we
enough.
Can't see it. We hope you can see it.
Close enough. They get that I'm here in spirit, at least. So Mr. Kyle Cease says hello from the Big Red Pick Store.
Oh yeah,
the store that
Rocky Road, baby. Yeah, Rocky Road.
Kyle in the house.
Yeah, Kyle's in the house.
Kyle,
welcome, Kyle.
I was going to ask, do you guys have any picks in stock?
Yeah, we have 1 blue chip.
Also, Mr. or Mrs. I don't know. Deja Voodoo says they both look like my kind of blue. Great pieces.
Ooh,
yeah, a couple of great shades of blue there for
this
sure.
in person is like
something else,
so dimensional. Like the way we have the light hitting it is pretty cool. I will say that it really drives that bevel home. But in person, it just like it's hard for a guitar to nail the like pristine, sparkly, shiny new toy thing, but also like the Road Dogg badass kind of thing as well, and this does both. The purple and green iconics we have are very similar to this guitar, and they do the same thing. They have like classy and badass to them. I'm a big fan of both of them.
Deja Voodoo also says, and I agree with this 100%, Silvertone and a couple other brands have adopted the, quote, vintage oddball Japanese inspired electric guitars, ... but playable.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, like it's honestly a marketing like uphill battle to be like, hey, you know those guitars that have caused you tons of bad memories? we made more of them, but they're not going to give you bad memories, we promise. Yeah. And they're absolutely right. Like if you look up anything about these Oopeggs, like before we got them at the store, we were just checking out Reverb to see what the buzz was about them, and they would disappear. They would go on Reverb, they'd be gone the next day, and then they wouldn't show back up used, so we just would have to assume that people are happy with them. And we had people asking about them all the time. Mr. Kyle Cease in the comment section messaged me like, hey, you guys should carry these guitars. And I was like, yeah, these look awesome. Then I asked Granville about it, our stalwart sales manager, ordering specialist. I was like, hey, we should order these guitars. He not smugly at all went, oh, they're already, like, I already got them, they're already on the way. And so it was just funny to be like, oh, he definitely had his finger he has his finger on the pulse with those. And we have more coming, more colors, more finishes. Just let us know, and if you have any questions about them in general, just drop them in the comments. We'd love to answer them.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that thing sounds incredible.
Love this. I'm going to go ahead and switch them over here.
Mark DeSantis asks if we will be getting the Sunburst version in, and I am making the assumption for all of us, Mark is referring to the Oopegg, the Sunburst.
We better is my answer to
well,
it.
I know the answer to that, and we did not have the Sunburst model as a part of this order. With the first batch of 5 that we got, the Sunburst was not in, so it didn't come and sell real quickly or anything like that. Excuse me. But I believe that we will have a Sunburst model coming in our next batch, which will be in a few months probably.
Yeah, they're pretty hot right now. And they did shout out to them. I believe they just unveiled like a reverb pedal or something yesterday too.
Yeah.
So they're widening their reach. I'd be lying if I said I want to see some more guitars from them, but I'm sure they have it planned out more than I do. I just after seeing how cool this looks, I just want to see them take another design and put it through their crazy filter. But
I guess it's better to have one excellent designed guitar than 5 okay guitars, right?
Yes,
totally.
100%. Yeah. It's purely selfish. My desire of just I just want to see, just like I said, the weird
see what they can do.
The weird Instagram filter of taking a Tesco but good, but do it like this is, your JM style. It's like, yeah, like how the gentleman just commented about wanting a sunburst one. It's like imagine if they started using crazy exotic woods and ornate, matching headstocks, stuff like that. It's like the sky is the limit as far as I'm concerned with this. This is just a perfect skeleton to build off of. What do you got here?
So what I've got here is the Sandberg California TM, and this is a 5-string with a 34-inch scale. It's got a alder body, hardcore aged Marley blue finish, which I'm also a big fan of. There's not as much or any real metallic in it like the last one, so this is kind of a flatter blue, but a great blue. And we've got a Canadian hard rock maple neck with the 6-bolt design there.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice the 6 bolts. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's hurricane ready.
And let's see, we've got the Delano JMVC. I think that's what they call them. Yeah, JMVC split coil and the M-style Music Man.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a
humbucker.
massive humbucker.
Massive.
It looks like a Music Man style, yeah.
And this also comes with the coil tap for that humbucker, which is pretty cool if you're in the humbucker position. And then passive.
I like that one, yeah. That one sounds good.
That's nice, yeah.
That's plunky, dude.
And the P pickup. And the blend. Oh, here we go. And I've got these set basically flat. As far as EQ goes, I like to usually stick in the middle for the most part, unless I'm trying to go super wild. But these are just, I've been very impressed with the Sandberg basses. I spec'd them out initially. We spec'd out 9 of them. And there was one on there, actually that black one, that I was like, I have to buy that. That thing's awesome. That's me all the way. But we saw, I actually spec'd out a different one. It's the same 48 in a tobacco sunburst, and ended up buying one of those, and I could not be more happy with it.
I will say, I was like, yeah, I know you said you want the black one, but you're probably going to get that other one that you ordered, and then it got here, and I was like, yeah,
Yep.
You're definitely going to get that one, and then
Yep.
we lifted it, and it was under 8 pounds, right?
Yeah.
An Explorer-shaped bass under 8 pounds that sounds like the voice of God that's once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, and that actually brings me to a good point. Sandberg is very good about picking, I guess, woods and bodies that are comfortable and lightweight without sacrificing anything. And I'm not talking like super lightweight. They do offer some super lightweight models that are like 6 pounds, just insane.
Yeah, they got us a Polonia 5-string that's 6 pounds 12 ounces.
The natural one.
Oh, it was. I thought it was a 5 for some reason, but yeah, that is maybe the lightest bass I've ever held in my life. That's a good bass.
That was good.
Can I interrupt you guys completely real quick?
Well, I think a dumpster falling off the
Yeah, I think
building
a
just
dumpster
interrupted us.
So I just happened to look down at my phone, and the bass that you just set down, the other blue one,
Is it sold?
the VT Hardcore Age Lake Placid, it's gone, folks.
Oh, wow. Well, that was easy.
Just, I
Yes,
mean,
it
that's
was.
the testament to Hondra's playing.
There you go.
Yeah, like if they want to sound like him,
Selling, it's
They
like
had their card ready to go.
Yeah, they just wanted it. I was like, I need to hear him pluck one note, and then it's swipe time.
Well, good choice. Whoever bought
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
fantastic. We'll pack it up and get it out to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, it'll be ready to go as soon as we turn the stream off.
Yeah.
selling these things out telethon style.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to keep us from playing any of the guitars on the wall, buy it, and then we can't play it. That's a good marketing strategy.
We get a pick out here.
Oh yeah, let's hear some overdrive.
Let's hear
yeah.
this with a little bit of drive now.
Yeah. What are you playing through, by the way?
We're playing through, on the bass, we're using a Line 6 Helix with an Ampeg rig that I built. Pretty straightforward rig. I think it's just the SVT4 cabinet and an 810 paralleled with a 410. And a little bit of a compulsive drive there.
Yeah, it just looks like an
pedal.
OCD copy and a little compression on there.
Yep.
A little compression EQ. Pretty standard
EQ,
stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta finish the phrase.
Finish it. You gotta finish it. I may not be the best bass player, but I know you do have to finish playing.
You do, yes, yeah. I don't even know that half the time. That sounds tremendously metallic and tremendously woody at the same time. Like it does. Like the last one had way more of a woody thump in a good way, but this one sounds way more metallic. Also in a good way.
Right.
Like I could see, like, also you're playing with a pick, so you're moving a little more air through it, but man, like I really liked how metallic it sounded without having like that buzzy string sound to it. It still sounds like a bass that's vibrating, but it sounds metallic. That's
for the rock and metal and prog players, having the ability to get that ridiculously trebly sound while still retaining that low end clarity.
Without having to do like a crazy sub bass cut, like, oh well, I have this paths, like that's all that sounds great, but so many of us, like especially like the guitar players that moonlight as bass players, I don't have the patience to like do 3 different paths for my bass signal, and Jandro gets an incredible tone without doing that. So the fact that these can pull that off is a-okay, especially at their price point, man. Bang for the buck, they
sound great out of the box. You don't really need a lot
100%
to push them. As far as like, you could plug directly into an amp, I'm pretty sure, with a lot of these, and just blow people away. So
yeah, the preamp in them's phenomenal. And again, like if you're a DI person with just straight into interface, you're good to go.
Again, you've got active and passive, so it makes it the DI recording dream bass, and a great live bass as well. A great everything bass, to be honest with you. Really just got to pick your colors, you know.
Yeah.
Pick your colors and pick.
Speaking of which, this Marley Blue is awesome. If you're looking for a more common analog to compare it to, it'd probably be like Miami Blue from Fender. I think I actually really like Miami Blue from Fender, but I think this looks less Fisher Price than Miami Blue. I kind of like how Fisher Price Miami Blue is. This is a little more subtle. It's not quite as cartoony or saturated.
Love that headstock too.
Yeah, very, very.
Love that headstock.
Yeah, you could open a giant beer can or a giant beer bottle with it.
Also got the Sandberg brand hardware. These are sort of like some old vintage style tuners. They're a little bit weight relieved. It's not too forward neck heavy or anything like that. Again, they put a lot of effort into making their basses feel balanced in your lap and on a strap, as well as in the mix and on the street, you know?
I'd have to agree entirely. Yeah. Not to sound corny, but we like didn't know what to expect because none of us had even been in the same room as any of these basses before, and we were all really, really, really blown away by them in general. Like we had reasonable expectations, you know, because the price point compared to all the stuff we carry. But when you think about the price point, these guys really, really like they stretch their budget like crazy. It's kind of hard when you look at these basses compared to some other stuff that's above their price in the next echelon up, and it compares to that stuff all day. I'm not going to use any names, obviously, because because everything we carry is badass. Any questions, interaction, or anything?
Mark DeSantis says at the NAMM show, Oopegg had a semi-hollow version that he no longer sees on their website. And I've actually seen the guitar he's referring to. The model he's referring to. I'm sure they made more than just one. I think that's something they did back in like 2019, maybe 2020, but I haven't seen any evidence of semi-hollow versions of the Oopeggs since then.
So it's a Trailbreaker, but semi-hollow?
I believe so. And the original Trailbreakers, before they started getting into the descendant bridges and trims and everything, I know more often, or not more often, but all the time would either come with like a Bigsby style trim, or they wouldn't do a trim at all, and they would just do more of like a stop tail, tune-o-matic type of a hardtail setup.
Well, that's what's when you look at the fixed bridge ones they have now, it looks like there's a JM plate, or there is a JM plate there,
right?
And it just goes string through the body, and it's actually very attractive looking, especially if you want that JM aesthetic, but you hate trims. The Oopegg is the guitar for you because they literally just put this giant plate there, but let you string it through.
Well, what's cool about that too, that a lot of people maybe don't think about, but I've actually played a couple of those hardtail conversion plates that you're talking about, where it's just like literally 6 holes screwed in one of those Jazzmaster, kind of egg-shaped plates there. You still get all of that hollow weirdness.
I was curious about that. If it added that like metallic rattle to the end of where you articulate.
Totally. You
which is awesome.
Just don't have any trim ability. It's just kind of there.
It's kind of like guys that guys or gals that like the sound of the Floyd Rose, the way the Floyd Rose makes their picking sound. But they hate Floyd Roses, so they get a guitar with a Floyd Rose and block it off because some people just like the way that feels, the way the tension is. I could totally see that. Absolutely. If you want that like little bit of rattle, that good rattle, you could get that conversion plate. Yeah. Which I assume we probably have some of those coming our way too on the next.
I think that we do. Yeah, I think so. And what's cool about that is it's not a one and done situation. You can take that fixed plate off and throw a trim back in it.
Yeah.
You can switch that, not on the fly so much necessarily, but if you wanted to go hardtail for a gig or a session of time or for whatever reason, you can experiment with that and then go back to the trim, and nothing's exactly permanent on those, which is kind of cool.
Sure. Very cool.
You switch bases.
I switched bases, man. I got ahead of you.
Yeah, dude, I'm cool with it.
I was excited. Sorry. Another Sandberg, of course. This is the custom model, featuring a gorgeous Buckeye burl top with a matching headstock.
I love this headstock design right here too.
Yeah, a little bit of a departure from their other headstock design. Yeah, there we go. Very cool.
Yeah, I love that they inlaid the tuners inside there too. They recessed.
Oh, the tuners are recessed. Yeah, the little caps on them. All right, you probably can't tell, but
yeah, we're blasting it with so much light.
Yeah, these cool gold tuners from Sandberg as well. This 5-piece neck. I believe this is maple and mahogany strips. Yeah. The rosewood fretboard.
This just screams like you're 12 years old, you walk into a guitar store and then you see this hanging up and you're like, well, what is that? I need that. Just unbelievable stuff. Like I have coveted something with a Buckeye brill top like that since I was probably 18 or 19 years old. And what's cool about their custom stuff is, I don't know if you noticed on any of the other bases, they have their Sandberg logo next to your 19th or 20th fret over here. On the deluxe, more high-end models, they actually inlay abalone into there. The other ones are like
impossible to see on here, but
yeah, it's hard to see. But check out our photos on the website. They're very cool, very little subtle stuff. They don't have to do it, and
Right.
it really just drives it home. Stuff like that. Like I love when the companies do stuff for the player, because so much is done for the audience that's watching the player that they'd never see. It's nice to have something down there to be like, oh yeah, I know what
Speaking
I'm
of
playing.
for the player, you may notice these funky looking pickups here. These are some more Delano pickups. These are the extender pickups. And what I really like about these, aside from how they sound, is these little thumb rests on here are perfect. They're absolutely perfect. Like because obviously for fingerstyle players, you're going to want to have to rest your thumb somewhere. And if the pickup isn't right for resting your thumb, the bass is not usually a ton of fun to play. That is not the case with these. This is very cool. And
there's no space for a thumb lamp on there, so it's nice that they...
Yeah, very cool. This is featuring a 3-band system, 3-band active passive system instead of the 2-band. So you can see there we have master volume with the active passive switch, another blend here, and then treble, mid, and bass. With the rosewood fretboard and again the Sandberg isolated saddles here, a little bit different from the other bridge that we're seeing.
And you can see how thick this top is on here too. Like if you go, like it's not just some little tiny veneer. It's legit, and the
Cool
bevel, very cool bevel.
Awesome. Yeah, let's listen to it. And I am in the active position, right dead center of the EQ and of the pickup selector. So this is going to be your neck pickup. And the bridge pickup. And the bridge in passive mode. And lastly, the neck in passive mode. Crap. Again, very versatile.
I can respect that. That's how you. That's the best recovery strategy, to just not recover.
Just not recover.
Those pickups are unbelievable, dude. Like they are like. They have so much low end, but it's clear. It has clarity to it. They took all the note definition of the last two basses and they're like, all thump, baby. Like,
no, I'm not a slap player. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Hey, Jandro, do you know any Flea?
He can. It was like
Nailed it.
Plea not to play it.
Take it away.
So I've switched guitars now. I've got the rosewood fretboard version of the Trailbreaker Mark I. Everything else is identical. I just got a rosewood fretboard now. Although this one's burgundy mist with a tortoise pickguard, so I instantly like it 10 times more. Let's hear how some leads sound. These things play with effects incredibly well. See, did you hear in there how when I did
I heard that.
that like aircraft engine noise when I did a pinch harmonic? Like that's the stuff that's happening under the hood right here that is unique to these guitars and what I have trouble maintaining because I'm such a heavy-handed gent player, basically, for lack of a better word. But had I have the subtlety of some other players or the time to really dial it in, there's things you can do with the way this is set up that's just that you can't do on other guitars, and that it's really exciting. I play so many guitars that come through the door that I'm like, oh, another one of these, another one of those. This genuinely feels different than a lot of stuff that I've played. I mean, they're incredibly playable. They all came with S-class setups from the factory, but to be completely candid, the neck shape is not a neck shape I vibe with at all, and yet I still can play these things like all day. They don't prevent me from playing anything at all. So that should tell you everything you need to know.
Is that more of like a standard C shape?
Yeah, it's like a standard C. Like it's your average Strat. It's going to be very similar to that. Your average Jam, your average anything with the initials LF on it are going to be very similar to this.
Can I throw something out there?
Yeah,
Throw it.
When I was playing those, I was really catching the vibe, and you feel it as well, and see if you agree with me. The first position on those Oopegg necks is very average.
Yes.
There's nothing out of the norm.
Yes.
But as you work your way towards the body, it gets noticeably thicker.
Yes, it does. It's like a late 50s Strat up there.
Almost mid 60s is what I'm thinking, because it's a little skinny at the nut, but it...
Sorry, I started playing over you talking.
No, that's all.
You were like, once you start playing up there, and I was like, I will start playing up there as he's describing it, and then I realized I was playing over him talking. We're trying to. If you notice any audio related stuff, this stream has more audio happening than any stream we've ever attempted. So apologies if there's technical difficulties on your end. Please let us know so that we can make it better in the future. We're trying to add more elements and do more stuff as we go along. We're trying to implement more microphones and stuff so that we don't have the bleed from this coming in, but not to get all jargony.
They don't care about that.
Yeah, you guys don't care about any of that.
That's
but just know we're trying to make it better every week. You switch bases on me again.
I switch bases on you again. Oh yeah, look at this thing.
That bass looks angry.
Look at this thing. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt me.
Hey, real quickly before we get too far, I just wanted to tell you that Deja Voodoo says the last bass he played, the
custom.
Yes, has a lot of presence.
I thought
Sounds
the same
good.
thing. Yeah. It really.
I think it might probably a combination between those bass extender pickups or Delano extender pickups and the 3-band EQ pushing a little bit.
Right. I think it was
the
the thumb rests on the pickups that were doing most of the tone.
Yeah.
The thumb rest. Yeah.
Yep. That's how that works, right?
I thought it was the extra 2 inches of wood that was on the first cutaway.
Yeah.
Could be.
I think that added resonance
Doesn't hurt.
and dynamics to it.
Doesn't
personally.
hurt.
And what we got here is the Sandberg 48. Sort of like a Explorer Firebird type of instrument here that is absolutely phenomenal. Love this so much. This is a 34-inch scale, 4-string. Again, we have the alder body. This is a light aged body, so I didn't opt for the full hardcore aging. We do have a little bit of love here and there, but nothing's real missing from it. And again, the 6-bolt neck with a Canadian hard rock maple. Sandberg's own hardware, the aged nickel hardware. I love these metal covers on the pickup. Really cool. The matching knobs.
Yeah, it looks like
the knob aesthetic is excellent as well. You've got a little bit of this bevel. I don't know if you can tell so much on here, but there is a nice lip that kind of runs
Almost like a Firebird kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know they offer some models where they highlight that strip in the middle, separate color.
Yeah, the
from
one you
outside.
got, they like did a little miniature tobacco burst in the corner. They painted the corner black so that it really outlined it extremely well. Yeah. And if you notice right here, you can kind of see it better on this base. It's got like the chrome Sandberg logo stuck to it on the top of the body, as opposed to on the deluxe models that have it inlaid into it. Just a nice little detail.
And again, a 2-band active passive preamp from Sandberg. I think they do offer options for dark glass, maybe
Which
next
is
time we do
an
some dark glass
opportunity.
preamps.
We will be taking that opportunity for sure in the future.
And yeah, let's take a listen here. We're in the active, in the middle blend, all flat. Let's go to the neck. And the bridge.
Well, it's got more low end than you. It's thumpy.
So again, that versatility. I like going somewhere between, maybe like a 60-40 one way or the other, depending on how you're feeling. And let's hear it passive on the neck with some drive. This is how I like to play a lot in my band Scuzz. Donnie, is that you?
Anybody hear a ghost?
Just like Donnie.
Sorry, Donnie.
Poor Donnie.
Oh, all the Strandbergs are strung up with their own strings too. They make their own strings. We've all been very impressed with them. Typically, to be candid again, we're never really that excited when a brand is like, "Hey, you got to take our strings too with our basses," and then we got them. We're like, "Oh, they're actually really good."
They're
So
excellent. Good strings.
we're not worried about that at all. That
I
was
think they're stainless steel strings.
Yeah,
if I'm
they're
mistaken.
good
I could be
stuff.
wrong about that, but I think they're stainless steel, which is usually what I prefer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're pretty picky here. Like, we use almost all NYXLs for everything, and
Even though I'm not from New York.
yeah, I know it's
Sorry.
Couple quick comments.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Not to cut you off.
Please
Sorry.
rescue me.
Yeah, please.
So Deja Voodoo, just elaborating on the Buckeye Burl bass a little bit, says the bass pushed all the levels just a tiny bit compared to the other basses,
I
but
noticed
in all
like
the
a
right
3
ways.
decibel
It was
hike.
quite
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it's like animation lines were coming off of it when he was playing it.
That one's extra active, I think.
Yeah.
Merkin
They put 6 batteries in it.
Merkin says the bass you're holding there, the 48, says it's a Star Wars Empire bass for sure.
Ooh, yeah.
Well,
I like that.
what's funny is
Do you know how to play the ding 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 ding?
No, I
ding?
don't.
Come on, dude.
I'm not
It's
even
like
gonna
4
attempt
notes.
that. That's 4 notes I don't know.
you lost him at notes. What's funny about these basses is my first week here last June, Hondro, I think you just ordered these, and we were just about to get the Dunnable Narwhals, and I in my head thought, big pointy thing. narwhal, big pointy walrus. This is a narwhal. No, it's not. So that's just a little anecdote about how I don't understand anything. Both sick guitars though.
And all fretboards are flat.
All fretboards are flat. Radius is a myth. All fretboards are flat.
All right. Shall we get
Is
the
it
last?
time? Oh, yeah.
Special two. You guys ready for a treat?
While you guys are grabbing your last instruments there, Mr. Richard Nagamitsu, I believe is how it's pronounced, says the quality of your show has gotten better every time. Thank you very much, Richard. We all
you. That means
appreciate
a lot.
that. This one was particularly challenging, but we won't bore you with all of those details.
Yeah, the 2,000 of Hondro's hairs that are on the floor right now. Thank you more than anything. Yeah, Hondro definitely takes the most of the weight of the production improvement every week. But yeah, we're all trying to make it, as legit as we can.
Trying to bring you some quality entertainment,
And Deja Voodoo says the 48 that you just played, Hondro, said that bass suits you very well. And I don't know if you caught it, but Hondro bought one of those basses.
Yeah,
I did.
Your instincts are on point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but it's a tobacco sunburst, and it's a hardcore aged one, and it's phenomenal. We'll bring it in, we'll do a video on it,
Yeah,
behind the scenes.
We're going to do a show and tell soon on all of
Yeah.
our personal
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
someday.
we should do like a 48 Ryan and Anderson thing of like all of our toys.
Santa Cruz. Why don't we all buy Santa Cruz guitars?
I mean, yeah,
I'm in.
yeah.
And
Why don't you have some more ideas?
lastly but not least, we have an interesting set of sister brother twin
Yeah.
guitars.
Yeah, very both out of Chicago. We got our good buddy Jake at Serek made this Sacramento. That's Sacramento, right?
Yes.
they're I always mix their names up because their bodies are so unique and their names are so unique that I interchange them all the time. But this is a Lockhorn zipper. This is another brand out of Chicago that I guess Serek is kind of helping them get the spotlight, helping them get their feet out the door a little bit. Very similar to the Oopegg stuff. They're kind of these are really based on those Sears catalog guitars, your Ks, your Silvertones, your amp in a box, or your amp case, amp in a case type things. But good, but quality control, cool options. Like for instance, like this little, you can't really see it here. Can I get a camera B?
We're going to do a camera B.
Yeah, both of these guitars have this kind of like stained dog hair, almost like concrete.
Let's see
drawn.
the back. See the back super quick, just so you can see it's kind of a sandwich situation.
Yeah, it's
there.
a sandwich. So you've got Shoreline gold on the front and back, and then you've got this zebra.
We need to see that pick guard.
Oh yeah, the pick guard, and then also the control plates too are this beautiful Galaxy Flake black.
Hey, can you get that blue bass too? Because that one also. Hey, I don't think that's the.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Is that the one that sold?
Yep,
Did it?
both of them. Yeah,
Jeez.
the rosewood one and the ebony one. Both.
Dang.
Donnie heard
know.
my double stops, and then he had to sell guitars. So he heard me say that, and he had to peek his head back in.
Can we see that bass super
We can
quick?
definitely see this bass.
I love the
Serek basses.
the semi-hollow little hole, right? Like, man, come on.
Wow.
It's like
see that
a
sandwich?
pinball flipper.
Yeah, so this is also sandwiched, this nice dog hair side against a Shoreline gold back with a string through and the set neck. Look
Yeah,
at
it's like
this cut. Look at that cut.
Yeah, the upper fret access on those is pretty legit.
And these are, I believe, Novak.
Curtis Novak.
Curtis
yeah.
Novak pickups?
Gold foils.
Indeed.
And we've got master volume, master tone, and a pickup selector, and then sort of like a heavy mass adjustable bridge there with the semi-hollow.
And you can
And
see.
this awesome headstock.
Yeah, you got it on the zipper too. Oh. Yeah. So basically, you should buy both of these instruments.
Just get them both.
Yeah.
Come on, just get them both.
I mean, why
You
hesitate?
can't separate them. It's like you go to get one cat and you leave with two, right? That happens to everyone, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, and.
Yes.
Forgot to mention that this is a medium scale bass. This is a 32 inch instead of a 34.
This is standard right here. Yeah. It's center block sandwich semi hollow with the Novak pickups as well. You've got your like Galaxy
Rainbow
Flake,
sparkle.
Rainbow Sparkle over black. You couldn't really see it on camera B. The pickup rings on this are also the Galaxy Flake on it too. So really, really, really cool. I'm a fan of anytime it's a combination of like really understated or boring, whatever you want to call it, combined with like unbelievably flashy. So like Shoreline Gold is like classic, but you put a Galaxy Flake thing on it, and I've never seen this combination before. And it's like, it really nails the aesthetic of what he's going for, of that out of time aesthetic, where you're like, oh, it looks like your dad's Sears guitar, but it also has, you know, this incredibly modern attachment to it.
Yeah.
And they actually sound really good too.
That was the neck. This is the bridge. And the pair.
You can really hear the air in that. Yeah, let us know in the comments. Maybe it's just because I'm sitting right here, but for only having one F-hole, that has a tremendous amount of the semi-hollow sound to it.
Yeah. Love it.
I don't know how much shredding you're going to be doing on this guitar, but you can do it. Really a big fan of these pickups. They're all right. Yeah, this guitar is great. Like, everything about it is nothing I would choose, but I play it and I can't stop. Yeah, you got to buy both of them and then
Gotta
make
get both.
songs
That's
with
the
them.
end
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
You gotta get both. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, not sorry. I mean, I want both of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was gonna buy this one, but I can't afford both of them.
Yeah, if these streams are any indication, we just grab the stuff. We're trying to get you to buy it so that we can afford our own rent. It's if you don't buy it, we
buy it.
we buy it, and then we don't have a roof over our heads. So
But we have a lot of guitars.
yeah, we do.
That's fine.
So either buy these guitars or let us crash at your place and bring them over. I guess. Those are your two options.
Any questions from chat before we wrap it up here?
Deja Voodoo says, great design choices on these two, the guitar and the bass here. Visually and technically, it's great to see some unique takes on some familiar yet unique shapes.
Very well.
Yeah, I would say
Totally agree.
go on the Lockhorn Instruments page, their website, and read their description on this guitar.
Yeah, the
It
description's
is so
awesome.
much better than I could ever describe it, and it is. If I tried to do it justice, I would totally butcher it. It describes literally the DNA of the guitar and its lineage in a better way than I ever could. It's absolutely perfect. So yeah, I would say check them out. Check out their website, and you can kind of see more about like. Not every guitar is going to be exactly the way this one was constructed in the options either. They have a lot of different stuff to choose from. Which, by the way, thanks to Deja Voodoo for asking so many questions. We really like the interaction, and we really appreciate it because we're deer in the headlights half the time here.
We do appreciate it. And Deja Voodoo also says, great show today, folks.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you
I can sleep
indeed.
tonight.
We appreciate that.
Oh.
Sure.
Hi, guys.
Well, got to switch the camera angle.
Oh, yeah. Are we talking about Serek's?
Yeah.
Hang on.
What?
I'm the only one that can see this.
What?
Oh, you put those? Yeah, he's straddling us now. He's.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you grab that blue bass to your left there?
This one?
Yeah, it's sold. You can go ahead and take it.
Go ahead and pack that up.
I know.
Just
I actually
one
sold
less
it.
thing for us to do later.
But you know that a real quick fun story about Serek. Jake was my old roommate.
Yeah. Tell us about that a little bit.
So Jake and I used to live together in Chicago, and actually the apartment we lived on was on Sacramento. Oh. So that is where it came from. So this is the first body shape that he did, and I've known Jake for almost 10 years now. So,
Wow.
But he's a good buddy of mine, and I
Good
think
guy to know.
he is. I mean, he's kind of goofy, but
Well, it shows in his bases. But
Yeah.
that's why he's. And then this is an employee of his is now doing.
Okay.
So basically, this is where the connection is. So one of the gentlemen that works for Jake is now building these guitars. Cool. So now it's kind of like a tag team effort.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we were curious because like they still came with a Serek
Bag.
like Serek everything else. So
Right.
yeah, that's very cool that he's like believes in his employees enough to like stake them in an operation. That's awesome. That's what we like to see,
But that's why I popped in because oh, you're talking about my old roommate's bases. Those are
Yeah.
great. So,
Do we have any like tobacco sunburst or any regular sunburst Oopeggs coming?
not yet. It's on.
Let's get some.
We're going to do another order here in the next couple of weeks,
Cool.
and I think Matt's actually going to get together. So maybe we can all four brainstorm
Yeah,
and do
yeah.
a big order.
We should do
but-
some sunburst ones, and we should do ones fixed regular plate
bridge.
ones. Yeah, fixed
Yep.
bridge one. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that they're all good, but hi guys, I'm going to take this space because it's sold in. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. I think that just about wraps it up for us. As always, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel, to the video, if you want to get notified, hit the bell. You know the deal.
Yeah, please let us know if there's anything you'd like to be featured. This is all like, if we don't have comments, we kind of just got to brainstorm on it and we come up with the stuff, which we're more than happy to do. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we're trying to, get you the guitars you want. So if there's something you want to see, please just let us know. Like, even
Just
if it's
ask.
Yeah, just ask. If it's in the comment section of a completely unrelated Instagram post,
We'll see it.
we'll see it. We're down here looking at the stuff. It's the same three of us that are looking at the stuff. So we'll find it, and we're just looking for inspiration.
Yeah, and if you guys have any up and coming brands or brands that have been around for a while or stuff that you want to see come through the shop. Let us know, comment, and maybe we can get our hands on some.
Mayonnaise.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise.
All right, guys. Well, we'll probably be back next week with another stream. Yet to be decided, but we'll probably see you in about a week's time. So
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you all.